USA. Yo 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 yo. Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne the God. Peace to the planet. It's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Good morning. The weekend is here. What is happening? How y'all feeling? Blessed, black, highly favored, tad bit under the weather. It's something going around, man. And maybe it's just the flu, or maybe it's just the common cold. But a lot of people I know are sick. Yeah, a lot of people I know are sick as well, including me. Well, you're sick. You don't take the flu shot, right? No, I've never. You know what's okay? I don't think I've ever gotten the flu shot. Oh no, I get the flu shot every year. So all the people I know that didn't get the flu shot, they effed up right now. And it's not COVID. It's just they say they got sick of the flu. Well, they don't talk about the flu no more. The flu don't have a good marketing and promotions plan. COVID still has a good marketing and promotions plan. The flu had one for a year. It was always, this time of season, the flu was like Santa Claus. You always, heard about the flu around this time of year, but they ain't talk about the flu like that in a couple of years. So they need a better street team. Get the message out. Street team. That's exactly.
I feel like they've been warning people to get the flu shots because of COVID, and they want to make sure you don't get sick. And I know a lot of places are giving out free flu shots too. No, they're giving out free flu shots. They still are. I just did a whole campaign for it. I haven't heard too much promotion for it. The only reason I know is because the doc came to the crib and gave it, me and the kids, the flu shot. Other than that, I would have had no idea. Shout out to Now Medical. They were giving out free flu shots every Friday.
Even when you go to the drugstores, remember back in the day, I said back in the day, like it wasn't just 2 years ago, but the drugstores used to say like flu shots. Now they don't say flu shots. They say COVID. Like you walk to a drugstore, the sign will say COVID shots here, but not flu shots.
And they said the rates of COVID, even though the reason why it might seem like it's going down is because a lot of people are doing more at-home testing, and then those don't get reported with the numbers, but people are still getting COVID too. So they might just be not reporting it, just staying home when they do the at-home test.
All right. Well, I want to shout out to Van Lathan, Mona Scott, and 50 Cent. Hip Hop Homicides came on last night on WeTV. Amazing programming. Did you enjoy? I did enjoy it. I mean, I'm a person who likes true crime as long as like the crime isn't like some crazy serial killer that murdered 1 million people. Yep. I don't like seeing anybody, especially those young brothers, being killed. But I found it highly interesting because you know what I like about the show Hip Hop Homicides? What's that? They're not just talking about the murder. They're talking about a lot of the socioeconomic conditions, at least in that episode, that lead somebody to do that. And I thought that I thought Van did a good job just weaving everything together, but I also thought that 50 Cent did a good job just giving you things from an OG perspective. And there was a lot of things I did not know about that case. Like I didn't know there was a woman in there with Pop Smoke when he got killed. Yeah, I mean, I knew that, but I didn't, you didn't really hear much about the woman after. So the fact that they found the woman and interviewed her I thought was just amazing. The whole thing, how they broke it down was really, really, really dope to me. And they do that in every episode. They don't just talk about the killing and the murder. They talk about what led to it and how our community is and how we could possibly repair it and fix it. So I just thought that was dope. Next week is who is next week? I've seen so many of them. Oh, King Von. King Von is next week. And I didn't realize that it looked like, at least the way they were describing it last night, like it potentially could have been a setup. Like they jumped up through the second floor, and the second floor door was open, and I was like, oh, I didn't know all that. Yeah, and just think about it. His friend, people were blaming his friend Mike D, his best friend, Mikey D, and he had to live with that through years. So hopefully this cleared up a lot of the misconception of what really happened. And shout out to the OG Glasses Malone too, who. My dude, who spoke on some of the stuff that was coming. If you haven't seen it, you can, check it out on WeTV. It also streams on All Black each and every Monday. Great episode, and me and Van spoke after about some of those things. So I just really enjoyed that show. So salute to Mona Scott and salute to 50 Cent and Van Lathan. Y'all put together a hell of a show. Yeah, Glasses gave a great perspective too, just talking about, how artists should move when they come out to LA. Salute to my guy Glasses, man. Make sure you subscribe to the No Ceilings podcast, hosted by Glasses Malone on the Black Effect Podcast Network. That's my guy. All right. Now, there's a guy that's joining us this morning. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Donnell Rawlings? I think he did.
That's my guy. I love Donnell Rawlings.
Yeah, I think he was on my... He made his debut on my late night TV show last night. That was the first I heard of him. What was he doing?
He identifies as a comedian. He was on my show.
One of the funniest comedians I know.
Okay, all right. Well, that guy will be joining us. Donnell Rawlings will be joining us in a little bit. And then we got front page news. What we talking about?
Well, the Nets have suspended Kyrie Irving. We'll tell you what ended up happening. He's suspended indefinitely and without pay.
All right. Well, we'll get into that next. And, of course, 21 Savage and Drake released an album today. I got a chance to listen to about 10 of them, 10 joints, 11 joints on the way into work. And them boys is rapping. They rapping. They spitting.
Man, I woke up this morning, so much trending, everything, all the sites, everything is all about her loss.
Oh, man, they're going nutso on it. So let's get into a joint off the album. Straight 21 Savage. This is Rich Flex. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Rapping. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get into some front page news. Now, Thursday Night Football. The Eagles beat the Texans 29-17. The Eagles are 8-0. F.U. Eddie, who's an Eagles fan.
And the Eagles look good, bro. They do. But I sense a big drop-off the second half of the season. Okay. Halfway through the season. No, I don't sense a big drop-off. I'm just hoping for a big drop-off as a Cowboys fan. I don't sense a drop-off at all.
Now, World Series Game 5, Houston beat the Phillies 3-2. They lead the series 3-2. Now, what else we got, Yeezy?
All right. Well, Kyrie Irving, they were doing a press conference and they ended up cutting it short. Nets PR cut the press conference after just over 6 minutes as Kyrie was answering questions about the documentary that he tweeted about. Now, here's what he had to say in regards to that documentary.
I'm sort of wanted to hear the word I apologize, or in your mind you said I didn't mean to cause any harm. Were you apologizing or were you not apologizing?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your morals?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
All right. In addition to that, he discussed how he's very proud of his heritage.
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? And why, when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community, I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create. And it was something I shared, and I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility, then that's where I sit.
All right. Now, the Nets suspended Kyrie Irving indefinitely and without pay. After that press conference, the suspension will last a minimum of 5 games. The team released a statement. Over the last several days, we have made repeated attempts to work with Kyrie Irving to help him understand the harm and danger of his actions, which began with him publicizing a film containing deeply disturbing anti-Semitic hate. We believe that taking the path of education in this challenging situation would be the right one, and thought that we had made progress with our joint commitment to eradicating hate and intolerance. We were dismayed today when given an opportunity in a media session that Kyrie refused to unequivocally say he had no anti-Semitic beliefs. This was not the first time he had the opportunity, but failed to clarify. And in addition, remember we talked about the Anti-Defamation League and Kyrie Irving working with them and also pledging $500,000 to fighting hate. Well, the CEO, Jonathan Greenblatt, tweeted out, "We took Kyrie Irving at his word when he said he took responsibility, but today he did not make good on that promise. Kyrie clearly has a lot of work to do."
And they gave him the money back.
Oh, they gave him $500,000 back?
Yeah, they gave him $500,000 back. They said they can't accept his donation. Now, that was the other part of the statement. They said they can't accept his donation, so they gave him the money back. What does that mean, suspended indefinitely, but no less than 5 games, though? Like, indefinitely means indefinitely, but then no less than a
Well, it's a minimum. Games? Yeah, it's a minimum of 5 games, and I guess they'll still be working with him to see about, moving forward, what are his statements and what else is going to happen moving. I guess they still want to try to work it out. But if after that period of time it's not worked out, then that's, indefinite.
And he did eventually apologize last night on his Instagram. Like, he actually said the words, "I apologize," which is something that he could have done when this first started. So, what does that mean, that he actually did apologize. He said Adam Silver said he wanted to hear him say, "I apologize." He did that last night on his Instagram. So what does that mean?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would think behind the scenes they're working with him, talking to him, and we'll see what happens. All we can do is watch and wait and see.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Cassandra from New Jersey.
Hey, Cassandra.
Cassandra.
You from Newark, right?
Hey, guys. You from Newark, yeah.
Brick City.
Yep. So guys, this is what I'm trying to figure out here. So is a person being considered anti-Semitic because they saying something against a person who happens to be of the Jewish faith, or they saying something about the person themselves? Because I'm a Christian, so if you say something about me, or so are you saying it about me, or you saying it about my faith? So would you be considered anti-Christ Semitic or anti-Christian Semitic? So why now that it's, first it was, Minister Farrakhan, then it was Nick Cannon losing his show, and then it's Ye, now it's Kyrie. So why are these guys being punished? Are they being punished because they just making statements about people that happen to be of the Jewish faith? So and then when Ye say about the entertainment industry appears to be owned by mostly those of the Jewish faith. So they're not saying, I don't think they're saying something about the faith. They're saying something about the people who happen to be of that faith.
Cassandra, y'all gonna have to start asking Jewish people these questions.
Cassandra, you know what's so funny? I just had a long conversation because I didn't understand a couple of things, and Charlamagne just had to break it down. It was a couple of things I just didn't understand, but like he said, I'm going to have to talk to my brothers and sisters of the Jewish community and ask them, because it's just, some things I'm just not knowledgeable of.
Yeah, and I don't think people.
You guys going to set that up, Charlamagne?
I got somebody coming to the Breakfast Club soon to have a conversation about it. But also too, man, the people that are talking don't really know what they're talking about. They're not even qualified to talk on these issues, and that's why they keep constantly finding themselves in these situations.
I mean, I think that would be great, because a lot of times I think people just don't know or just don't understand. Like myself, I really don't know. You know what I mean? It's I don't know where it comes from. You just broke down a lot of it, but I honestly just didn't know.
Me and Jonathan Greenblatt will be coming to the Breakfast Club soon. Jonathan Greenblatt, the head of the Anti-Defamation League. We've had discussions about it.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, this is Thomas calling out the Bronx.
What's up, bro?
I just want to say, man, we got to side with Kyrie, man. This is getting ridiculous, man. Little things like that, like you can't have an opinion on nothing. Ain't like he made it his own words. He retweeted something, and then he gets suspended. It's like, it's making me feel like with the Kanye thing and everything everything they say is true. And everything I'm starting to read behind that is becoming true, that these dudes run the show, and we can't talk and say anything. Like for example, me, I'm a regular guy. I work every day, do what I gotta do. So I know if I say something or I retweet some shit, if I'm on Facebook saying so, they're not gonna say nothing to me because I'm not on a platform. I'm not an athlete. I'm not a famous person where they know their words could be followed by people that believe in them. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as that happens, they shut them down. And they make a mockery of them, and then some of our own people side with them instead of lifting up our brother. Like, Kyrie's our brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, we should have let those type of things happen. Like, it ain't right, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you a question, my brother. Why would you post anything and not give any context to it, right? Like if the documentary has rhetoric that denies the Holocaust, that has rhetoric that says things like, this group of people, Jewish people, worship the devil, that this group of people, that if the documentary is quoting Hitler, who was behind the Holocaust, why would you post that type of documentary with no context? I don't think Kyrie saw the documentary, to be honest with you. I just think he posted it because of the title, because it said From Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. I don't even think he watched it, because if he did, I don't see why he would post that without any context whatsoever.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
hands. I run with a double K that igniter for street lamb. How they living, fam? Moving wicked on these streets. To the off with your head and you send them with all the lanes meet. Ain't nothing sweet. OG, you know what I mean?
Nothing sweet. I got some. Gotta take some?
Let me hear some, baby.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
The only thing I like raw is my music.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Shimmy, yam, shimmy, yay. Give Charlotte a mic so I can take it away. All for the natural charge, born for yards. Yeah, from the home of the Dodgers Brooklyn squad. Wu-Tang Killer bees on the swarm. Ran on Charlotte's ass, disco dorm. For you to even touch my skill, you gotta have the one killer bee in his gut. I don't know.
What?
That's enough.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a few bars just because you came at me.
Enough.
Brain cells are lit. Ideas start to hit. Envy's pants, they barely fit. At the table he sits, making it legit. And when my pee hit he bunky, boy he thick.
What?
Oh, well. Listen.
That was a little awkward.
Right, it was a little awkward. But it was a couple of bars. Y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate y'all. The Cypher classic. Y'all catch me on that IG OG Rob 300. I want y'all to have a blessed and safe weekend.
Hey, OG Rob, I was somewhere and somebody told me to deliver you a message. It was a couple weeks ago, and now I forgot. I know I was in Columbia, South Carolina, man. A brother at the airport, I think his name was Chris. He told me to tell you something, and I forgot what it was.
Why you even mention it if you don't remember?
You got to remember that, man.
I forgot, man. He said he know you from something. He know y'all used to work together or something back in the day. He told me to tell you to get back to work or something. He said next time you call, tell you to get back to work. I don't remember exactly.
I'm working. I work every day, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get away from this 9 to 5, man. It's sickening right now, but it's all good.
Yes, sir.
OG Rob, have a good weekend.
Hey, y'all too. Y'all appreciate y'all.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way?
Yes. You know what? We are going to talk about Drake and 21 Savage. We'll start with that.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Listen up. This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's The Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
All right, let's keep in mind this album just came out a few hours ago, but Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss, is available. I see that Album of the Year is trending on Twitter, and some people are already saying that about it. Now, let's start with the album cover. People want to know, who is that woman on the cover of the album? Well, it turns out Lil Yachty is the person who found the image and chose it for the cover. He said, I chose this cover because this photo is so raw, so authentic, not fabricated. Suki can and will only be Suki. And he said, my brother brought it to life. Her loss, F who ain't with us. So Suki Baby is a woman who is an adult dancer in Houston, Texas. But she also has her own nail business and first started doing nails when she was in high school. Complex did some digging and said Suki also has a deep interest in grills and teeth jewelry. And she even has read books on teeth anatomy so she can better understand how the human mouth works and how grills can be shaped. She's a Japanese, Black, and Cherokee nail artist that was born in North Carolina and spent her younger years in Japan. Japanese is her first language before moving to Houston. So for everybody wondering who is that on the cover, that's who that is. And that picture is about 3 years old, taken by a photographer named Paris Aiden. Okay. See, look, we're doing all kinds of research. Now let's get into the album. These are some of the things that have been trending so far. Now, Drake mentions Serena Williams in Middle of the Ocean. Here's what he said.
Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie. He claim we don't got a problem, but no boo it is like you coming for sushi. We might pop up on him at will like Suzuki.
Why you call that man a groupie?
Why you want to jump on Serena's husband, Drake? Jesus Christ. What Drake was Serena?
He got his own things going on. Yeah, he's one of the co-founders of Reddit. So he's doing fine. I don't know that he's a groupie.
So you telling me there's about to be 100 Reddit pages saying the album is whack just because?
I would be that petty. I would be that petty.
Now, one song that everybody is talking about that has been trending is Circo Loco. In that song, he references, this is what everybody's saying, Jay Prince, and actually making amends with Kanye when they did that Free Larry Hoover benefit concert. Here's what they said.
I think we all knew Drake only did that because Jay Prince wanted him to.
Absolutely.
Well, he confirmed it.
Yeah. And the Free Larry Hoover concert, whatever came of that concert, did anything move with Larry Hoover's situation?
I don't think
because of that? Oh.
Some merch.
I'll tell you what, wait until Drake drops his diss record to Kanye on behalf of Jewish people everywhere. It's coming.
All right. In addition to that, on Circo Loco, I saw Megan Thee Stallion has already been responding to some of the lyrics on there. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this. Here's what he had to say on that song.
What did he say?
So he said, this be lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling. And he goes on to talk about, she said she graduated. I'm trying to remember all the lines.
She lied about getting shot.
Oh, he said, play your album track 1K. I heard enough.
She lied about getting shot or shots? What do you mean? Shots or shot?
I don't think he was talking about her actually getting shot. I think he was talking about.
I think he's a
woman's lying about getting shots, like ass shots, like butt shots,
but
like enhancements.
I think he was trying to make it a pun also, so that you could take it, like a play on words. But of course, Megan Thee Stallion would not appreciate anything like that. And she was on social media yesterday. And she said, I know I'm very popular, but y'all got to stop attaching weak-ass conspiracy theories and bars to my name. N-words nor hoes ever address me or at me with a fact or receipts. I am clout. Keep sucking my... All right. And then she said, somebody said, he said stallion, though, so technically he did say your name. And she responded, a stallion is slang for a tall, thick woman. And when the MF facts come out, remember all y'all hoe-ass favorite rappers that stood behind the N-word that shot a female. People attack me, y'all go up for it. I defend myself. Now I'm doing too much every time. It never ends. And this did not happen until I came out and said I got shot. Y'all don't F with me? Okay, cool. F it, bye.
It probably was a double entendre. And I mean, he did say after that, she didn't even get the joke. But I mean, that's not something I guess you should be joking about. That's not something you should be joking about. Yeah,
Meg Thee Stallion's been going through a lot with all of this, and she's just trying to mind her business. And I understand it. Like, you want to respond because now everybody's adding you and saying things and LOLing about something that's very serious to her.
Guys, this is hip hop,
on a super popular album.
And guys, this is hip hop. Every lyrical artist has played with words like this, whether we've seen it from Hove or we've seen it from Jadakiss or we've seen it from Fab. Or we seen it
I know, and I'm saying that but I can understand Megan Thee Stallion being irritated that people keep on hitting her up about it.
Well, also too, remember, this is coming from. I'm a 44, Envy, you're 57. You know what I mean?
82.
So we're older now. I think it's okay for us to say hip hop can be wrong. I think it's okay to say that hip hop has made light of trauma and other people's trauma for a long time. And when something isn't right, you could say it's not right. Like, it's not right to make fun of that young lady situation, if indeed that's what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I can understand why she'd be annoyed because everybody's adding her on social media saying, and she's responding to that. So I'm sure for her that whole event was traumatic, and then to make light of it and people LOLing, of course she's bothered.
And we got to stop doing that as a coach and stop saying like, this is how it is and this is how it was and this is what happened back in the day. Yeah, everybody was way younger back then.
But bro, it's a play on words. It's a play on words. That's what hip hop is about. It's a play on words. We seen when Jay did it on Future, like Future and the Sun throwing a football to my son. Like, it's a play on words. That's what makes.
But if somebody did it to you, you probably wouldn't appreciate it either.
Yeah, you're talking about a woman getting allegedly shot, bro. Like. Yeah,
it's a play on words. Like when Drake said,
"Easy for us to say we weren't the ones who were the victim." Envy. Easy for us to say it's a play on words, but clearly she's traumatized by it. Clearly.
All right, well, that is your Rumor Report. We'll be talking about the album more this morning, though. Like I said, it was trending as Album of the Year already, and it just came out a few hours ago.
Album is dope. They spitting on that album. I really enjoyed what I heard so far. But we got front page news next.
Let's talk about Twitter, and apparently the staff is considering suing Elon Musk at Twitter.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
When it's time to get with someone special, the best way to do it is with Magnum large size condoms. That gold foil wrapper is a badge of honor, and it means you're protected. And you take care of things with comfort. Accept no substitutes. Bring the pleasure with the gold standard. Magnum, large size condoms. Hey everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in Thursday Night Football, the Eagles beat the Texans 29-17. And in the World Series, the Astros beat the Phillies last night 3-2. They lead the series actually as well.
So Houston and Philly was going at it last night.
Mm-hmm. Both football and baseball. Next game up, they usually take one game off, so it's probably tomorrow. What else you got, Yeezy?
All right. Well, Meek Mill was at the game last night, by the way. He was at the Houston Astros versus the Philadelphia Phillies.
If you ready for the Phillies, make some noise! Turn up! Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I was at Aston Martin, y'all thought it was ready? Flexing on these hitters, I'm like Papa on this.
That has to be the Philadelphia anthem at this point, right?
Yeah, it has to be. Jasmine Sullivan
intro has to be the Philadelphia anthem at this point. It's replaced the Rocky song, that has to be the Philly anthem at this point. Dreams and nightmares.
And Jasmine Sullivan was there as well, and here she is doing the Star Spangled Banner.
Spangled banner yet wave
Lord have mercy.
o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Man, drop on the clues bomb for Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay, Philly.
Jasmine Sullivan really don't miss. Like, she's carrying on a tradition of Philly singers. You hear me? Singers. Patti LaBelle, Jill Scott, Jasmine Sullivan, they be singing.
I feel like Trav might want to switch his team now to the Philadelphia Eagles, too, being that they're 8-0. They said that's the first time, right, they've ever been 8-0?
It doesn't work like that.
If I'm not mistaken.
It doesn't work like that.
I'm just saying, he's from Philly, Trav. You should switch your team.
If
All
Trav
right, now
switch teams,
Elon
boy,
Musk.
it's going to be a lot of disappointed men in Philadelphia.
You stupid.
Why can't he switch teams? All right, Elon Musk will start laying off Twitter employees. They're saying this morning, according to a memo that was sent to the staff. And several Twitter employees are filing a class action lawsuit alleging that the layoffs are in violation of labor law. There was an email sent out yesterday notifying employees they'll receive a notice by 12 p.m. today that informs them of their employment status. And they said to help ensure the safety of employees and Twitter systems, the company's offices will be temporarily closed and all badge access will be suspended. Well, according to this class action lawsuit that was also filed yesterday, they allege that Twitter is in violation of the Federal Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act after laying off some employees already. So that act requires that an employer with more than 100 employees must provide 60 days advance written notice prior to a mass layoff that's affecting 50 or more employees at a single site of employment. So
Can you announce that? Can you announce that you're firing all those people on social media? Like, I saw that on social media services last night. Like, that felt illegal too. Like, would you want to know that you were getting fired via social media? Can you even do that? Is that like proper etiquette when you're a company?
They were sent an email.
Yeah, they told everybody first, I believe.
Yeah, they were sent an email, but you can't do that, and they have 7,500 employees. So, like I said, that act requires that if you have more than 100 employees, you have to give 60 days advance written notice before a mass layoff that affects 50 or more employees. And so, because of that, if he's trying to lay off half the employees, that would be in violation of that act.
Got you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that is your front page news.
All right. When we come back, Donnell Rawlings will be joining us. You heard of him?
Whoop, whoop.
I heard he identifies as a comedian.
Donnell.
Yeah, he was on my late night talk show last night. A hell of a week on Comedy Central. He was pretty funny though. First time hearing of him, he was pretty funny.
Okay. All right. We're gonna kick it with Donnell when we come back. All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Good morning, everybody. It's
How
DJ
do I say goodbye?
We had a Breakfast Club. We have a special guest in the building.
Angela Yee.
Donnell Rawlings, ladies and gentlemen.
The good times that made us laugh. made them cry. I thought we get to stop talking about booties.
You brought it up.
But the booty bandits never do. It's so hard to say goodbye to Angela Yee.
Thank you, Donnell. That was beautiful.
I don't know
Enough.
where
Why you
this
just like a politician this morning? Where you going?
Because I'm voting to get you off the show. I don't know where this show is going to lead to.
Donnell, would you like to take my place on the Breakfast Club?
Hell no. I've never had really mental issues, but I will guarantee you, if I became a member of the Breakfast Club, I would definitely be reading all of this dude's book who's not here. Where is he?
He's getting ready for you.
He's right there. That's him.
Where?
That's him. That guy.
He's really not here though.
Yeah, he said he didn't feel like doing.
He was here earlier. He left.
It's all good. I don't have no problem with that.
Okay.
I'll pay him back.
Ain't you doing his show?
It's about to be a hell of a week. First off, I don't know if Angelique's ever going to leave.
She's not going to leave.
Oh my God.
She's the only person I know that leave but don't leave at the same time.
Announced it and they're talking about, I'm going to stay in another 2 weeks.
She's like, I'm out in.
Now, let me explain something to you. I've been trying to leave. I want to leave, okay?
I know you want to leave.
You know. But every time they keep on being like, because, Envy don't be wanting to do the rumors and the news, so they're dragging it. So
unless it's a car show. Let the car show show up.
No,
let a car show. Let a car show. Let a car show pop up.
I feel like he went behind the scenes and was like, look, we just want to keep Angela till vacation, until and I'm like, I really wanted some time off. I was excited. I done planned a trip. And they're like, we actually need you to stay until December 2nd.
That's like 4 days before my birthday. But to be quite honest, I didn't know. We can do whatever.
Congratulations, Donnell bought a house.
Thank you.
Oh, where'd you buy a house?
That's
LA?
a huge deal.
Not LA, but I've just found out that I think I'm more of a country boy than anything.
He's a river guy.
Yellow Springs, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio.
Yeah.
Why Ohio?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of Ohio, but I became a huge fan of Yellow Springs. Mm-hmm. And during the pandemic, I really got connected there. I was there like 2 summers in a row. I like the peace. I like it's no crime there. I got good friends, a sense of community there. And I just fell in love with the place. And I was like, and I'm like a lot of people that during the pandemic left the city, left a different lifestyle for another lifestyle. And I chose Yellow Springs, Ohio for a place for me to.
He was on the river.
I seen on the river.
Actually, just for clarity, all right, he had a team and I had a team. He's from the creeks. I was from the streets.
Right. It was a kickball team because I'm all into
now,
the sports.
Who won?
Well, first off, you cheated. It was the streets versus the creeks in the in a kickball team. Talib Kweli was supposed to be the captain.
His name is not Talib Kweli. His name is Talib Kweli.
You know what I'm saying? Tomato, right? But Talib was the captain of the streets team, but he got in the middle of a tweeting confrontation. He just go off anyway.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But he was a captain of the street team. And he couldn't make it, so Angelique came in. And I will say that her team beat us in the kickball game.
And they were undefeated prior to that.
We were undefeated. We had like six. We were 6-0.
Who's on the team from the Creeks?
People from the woods.
People from the woods.
Donnell pulled a hamstring or something very early on in the first.
I sustained an injury that.
So now he plays. What's the sport you play now?
Pickleball.
Okay,
yeah, I'm in pickleball.
Yeah, so there's a whole pickleball
thing. And I got you a gift too. Pickleball.
Happening.
You don't know about pickleball?
Oh, my kids play pickleball.
Do you play pickleball?
No, I do not play pickleball.
So you wear your kids' clothes, but you don't play with the sports that they play, son?
I do not wear my kids'
You
clothes.
do wear your son's jeans, son.
My son wears my jeans.
Or vice versa. And I got a gift for you. This is my parting gift. This is a gift from me and Jamie Foxx to you. And the pickleball is a phenomenon. I'm surprised that...
You giving that me?
I'm leaving.
I did. Yeah, she's leaving. This is not...
But you come to somebody's show, you give them a gift.
No.
You want him?
You're like her first guest on her show, so you're not going to see her again.
So you want him?
Yeah, I want the pickleball thingy majiggy.
You want him?
You already have it. Your kids play.
Yeah,
so can you talk? All right, so I didn't know anything about pickleball.
Time out for a joke. Come on.
Go ahead.
Come on. Time out for a joke. You just can't go past a joke.
What's wrong with you, man?
That was a wonderful joke.
It was a good.
Fair enough.
I want to talk about some of your comedy. So you've been on the road a lot.
Yeah.
Are you still enjoying and loving comedy?
I do love it. I will say this. I feel like something's about to happen.
No.
See, this is the problem with Donnell, right?
No,
Donnell
I just
said he wants a real interview.
No,
give him a real interview.
All right,
you thought something's gonna happen. Then he says, "Evie, what about this? My like,
no.
How do you expect me to give you a
trust
real interview?
Trust issues.
Trust.
I have trust.
What the hell's trust?
I have trust. I have
like
trust issues with you. But back to your question.
I'm trying to ask him to give him a real interview.
No, do I still love comedy?
Yes,
and
sir.
I do. I've been doing it for 30 years, and I don't know if a lot of people can say that. I feel like after into a 30-year career, every year I feel like I get better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has some people that get hot for a couple years, then be like, what happened? They fell off. But I feel like for 30 years, like every year I get better. And you also talking about somebody that each year he thinks he's at that point, but will find something to go to the next level. So I do feel like I get better every year, and I enjoy it.
A career also has taken off as well.
Yeah.
So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And he's an actor as well now.
Yes.
What you playing?
I'm in the series East New York.
Is it Brooklyn based? It's got to be East New York.
Brooklyn, yeah. It's probably one of the biggest shows on CBS now. So it's a lead black woman who does her damn thing.
And you did great on that Snoop compilation that he had. You killed that.
The Snoop Dogg, it's so crazy because I was slotted to do, which I did, a Netflix special with Dave Chappelle.
So it's done.
It's a long story with that. I did it, but then like a couple of weeks before we were supposed to air it, we had the air date and everything. He called me. He was like, "I want to go again," and I didn't get upset, but I wanted to understand how do we go from us doing chest bumps, high fives, standing ovation to you want to shoot it again. And I was ready for the constructive criticism, but at the same time, I'm like, I knew it was funny. And he was like, Donnell, I could put you in front of an audience and you could rip all day, every day. He said, but that doesn't make it a great special. And one of the things he pointed out, and you came out, one of the things that it was very strenuous protocol, COVID protocol.
Masks and...
Right, so for when my audience was supposed to be a full audience, it went from a quarter of that audience. So that was one strike against the production of it. It wasn't the right mix. So
how did that make you feel? Because the fact that, because I mean, it was planned. Like you was ready for this shot. Now they like shoot again. Do you have that same energy? Do you do different jokes? Or like, how do you change it up? Or
I did it again. I already did it again. But the feeling was I could have been petty and said screw that, whatever. But I also realized that Dave got me a check, the biggest check I ever seen in my career at one shot.
How much was it?
I don't want to talk about that, but it
Nine
was
figures.
it was nice. Yeah, I'm asking you that, sir.
Let me tell you something, Donnell. You see the suit? You go out with Donnell, 40 people. Donnell got the bill. He got the check.
But I figured out a way to write it off on taxes. That's a write-off. Like,
Donnell will not let you pay for a thing. That's why we hang.
Now back to what you said, because you were talking about the show and you doing it over.
Yeah, I could have went. There was a lot of things I could have done. I could have been mad, said screw that, whatever. But I knew the check had cleared, right? But I also knew that the guy that's giving me this advice and this criticism is a guy that's got like 7 or 8 specials under his belt, and he knows what he's talking about, So I looked at it like I had an opportunity to do it that time. I'll revamp the set and I'll do it again. And one thing about if you see me do my stand-up, the jokes, even though I may do some jokes, whatever, they're always growing. So I was like, I'll just stay on track to what I do, and then when we're ready to do it again, it'll pop.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with Donnell Rawlings. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Donnell Rawlings. Now, also, I was going to ask, some of the things that's going on in the world.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, we're getting you prepped for when you're on my show, since The Breakfast Club is opening for me.
Well, it's going to lead into your show, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that.
Me too. We're going to do some topics with you. This is for you to get ready to be back on radio again.
Kanye West, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is I can't let anybody else's emotions control my emotions. And people that let anything that Kanye says affect them in any kind of way, I think they're foolish. I don't agree with a lot of things that he say. One thing in particular, Kanye West says, I don't have no friends, true friends in Hollywood.
Right.
To that, I want to say, Kanye, call Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave will stand by you through problematic times.
Okay.
Yeah. And not even problematic, like I just, the notion of, and the reason why I say that, because I've seen Dave's friendship with Kanye. I've seen when Kanye was under fire about some other things, when people was like, screw Kanye, and Dave would never turn his back on him. Dave would always say, that's my brother. I might not agree with everything, but that's my brother and I love him. I saw it one time when Kanye was having issues where Dave, at the drop of a dime, caught a private jet to go see him, go talk to him. So when you start saying that and you act like there's nobody on your side, nobody want to listen to you, there are people that want to listen to you, but you don't want to listen to the people that's going to speak the truth to you. And that's what I can't let this. What Kanye is talking about is not big news. Artists getting ripped off with record deals and stuff like that.
Well, that's not the reason people are upset.
It's part of it. I mean, that's what.
I don't think they care about that part. I think they care about more of his statements that he made about Jewish people.
No, that's what they're upset about.
The statements that he made about George Floyd.
100%. That's what they're upset about. What I'm saying, the spin that he's talking about and the deflection is, it's like this, the record business. Right, we've been getting over. And you know this business, for the most part, you get a young dude off the street, never seen more than $100 or $1,000 in their pocket. Right. And you say, here go, 6 figures. And you show them that stack. They not reading that big-ass contract, especially when they start speaking in British literature, heareth, weareth, thereth, forth. They like, give me my money. And if you notice, most of those artists that start up like that, yeah, you get a raw deal at the beginning, but once you start getting the business sense, once you start getting mature, you're like, wait a minute, I want a bigger piece of the pie. It happened to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle said it with Comedy Central. Right. That's why I respect Comedy Central. That was a stand-up move for Comedy Central to come back and say, here go all your money.
Envy, even with your first contract here, you always talk about that. It was
my first contract
terrible.
It was terrible. It was horrible. I think I made after minimum. I think it might have been like $55,000.
But you already knew. Envy, you've been doing it for a while. You know the long game.
No, but I also know the long game. I did mess up, but I also bet on myself. I knew that. As a DJ, me coming over here, I feel like I'm the best, and I feel like nobody can outwork me. Right. Like when it comes to, I will do whatever.
Yeah, Jamaicans they can't outwork you. I know.
You've been with us. So
I seen you make the shift from nighttime to the coveted spot, which is morning.
I knew to bet on myself, and I bet on myself, and it paid off. But for some people, it absolutely positively don't. And I just feel like Kanye doesn't have good friends, right? And I won't say me and you are the best of friends, right? But if I said something, or if I was going through something, I know you would check up on me. Right. Just like the same with you. Same thing with Angela Yee. Same thing with a lot of people. I just feel like...
But we don't know that no one's checking up on him, because we also know...
He might not be accepting the information that they're checking up on.
And sometimes there's nothing you could do. When somebody is not willing to accept things at a time, you could be friends with somebody. Look, I have a friend who has mental health issues, and I can't really do anything about it. I checked up on her. Now she's like really not taking my calls at all. It hurts, but there's nothing I could... She's not talking to any of us.
Right. But I do think
I can't do anything about it.
I do think that he has friends, but when you're living what you think your truth are, anybody can test it, anybody go against it, you're not going to want to talk to them.
But I would also hope that if I do have real friends, that they're not going to put me in a position to make things worse. Meaning, if I'm wilding out, and Angela Yee has her show with Angela Yee, I'm hoping that she's not going to be like, Envy, come on my show and get yourself in more trouble. You know what I mean? It got to be to the point where we have to start saying, you know what? He's our brother. He's not in the right mental space. We're not going to give him the platform to bury his career and bury his business even more.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it is like he talks about a certain business community, whatever, that is robbing people, whatever. But at the end of the day, every time that you on a platform, whatever, you creating content and people click it and they selling ad space. So it doesn't matter. Like, we in a world right now where everything is about engagement. I do understand some of the things that Kanye's saying, but there's different ways you can do it. And I'm going to use this as an example. We do know that there are certain people that control this industry, right? We do know that. And those people, we've been working with them in this situation for years. It's nothing to do with being anti-Semitic or anything. The only thing you can do is like, what you do is position yourself to get a bigger slice of the pie. And I'll give you an example. Tyler Perry is a perfect example of getting control, getting what you want. You might not like Tyler Perry's story, his movies, but you have to respect his story.
But you know what I don't like? I don't like how we cancel somebody super duper fast, right? And I'll explain why. If I'm making a comment about any group of people, right? I might be making that comment because somebody told me that and they told me wrong information.
Right.
I think a lot of times we need to correct the information and be like, you got this wrong, brother. Let me explain to you why this is hurtful. Let me explain to you why that was a lie. Let me explain to you why that's not truthful.
But the only way
the first thing we do is, you said something I don't like, we cancel.
I don't think that anybody's really canceled.
No, the only way...
You don't think Kanye's canceled?
No, I see a lot of people supporting him. I see a lot.
Kanye doesn't have a sneaker deal, he doesn't have a shoe deal, he doesn't have a record deal.
I don't think that he's canceled. I still see everybody covering him. I still think people will interview him.
But the only way...
He can't even perform. They canceled his performance at Morehouse. He's canceled. Kanye's... They're not allowing Kanye to make money.
I thought it was his basketball team was supposed to play or something like that.
No, he was supposed to perform. He was doing a performance and they canceled that.
The only real way you can be canceled if you align to corporations and you align to like big business and you align to studios and stuff. You can't, especially in my field, people are you worried about being canceled? I don't make money off of TV like that. Mm-hmm. I don't make money off of acting. My money that I make is a 30-year career where I'm going to these comedy clubs every year. You can't cancel that.
Well, if the comedy clubs don't take you anymore, like
they're never going to do that.
Kanye can't perform at venues. Comedy clubs, venues won't let him in.
The comedy clubs are never going to do that. At the end of the day, they want people in those seats.
They want money.
The same reason why it was a lot of like these YouTube social media comedians going to the comedy clubs. The first comedy clubs, like, they're not real comedians. They're not really funny. But at the end of the day, they got a bottom line.
Put asses in those seats.
Can't. And that's why I don't really trip off of being canceled, because I know that you won't be able to stop me from putting my name on the marquee and people coming out to see me perform.
Do you ever censor yourself though, Donnell? Because sometimes, I think what's good for you is sometimes you have that too soon disclaimer. As soon as you say that, it's kind of like saying no offense, but
I never edit myself. And people, I get that question all the time. How does cancel culture affect you? I'm not going to change. And I understand, like, this is what people, I think people take advantage of when they say freedom of speech. I should be able to say what I want. Freedom of expression. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but with everything you do, consequences is with it. Kanye West has a right to say whatever he wants to say, but what are those consequences? I think at the beginning he thought he could deal with them, but now, especially when they hit his pocket, it's a different situation. It's how you can. I encourage, I know it's going to sound crazy, I encourage every white man in here to use the N-word at least once, so you can know the consequences of using N-word at least once. I'm like,
don't do it,
sir. Okay, can you deal with the consequence?
Right.
You know?
All right, we got more with Donnell Rawlings when we come back. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Donnell Rawlings. Now, I also want to ask you about Boston Celtics ex-coach that allegedly knocked off an executive's wife or girlfriend.
Ime Udoka.
Yes, what are your thoughts?
He's about to.
First off, no disrespect, but people act like he cheated on a 22-year-old Nia.
Oh my God, Donnell.
This guy's crazy.
Move on.
I'm not canceled.
Too soon.
I'm just saying.
What are you trying to say about Nia Long?
What's it?
Nia Long still don't look amazing.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the prime was for me. It was a prime. I'm not knocking it. Y'all can all y'all want. Y'all can all y'all want. But this is what I do know.
This guy's crazy.
This is what I do know. That stuff happens everywhere. And I think it's unfortunate that they were so hard on him. But what I understand, I think that this is what I heard. One of the executives, that was his woman that he was cheating with.
Allegedly.
So, allegedly. Damn, how many lawsuits you been in?
A lot.
You know how to protect yourself, Don't say that. Alleged, okay. Allegedly. Don't protect me, son. I'm good. But I think it's unfortunate, and I know that he's not the first one that's been in a situation like that. I think it was a little too much to say he's suspended for the whole season. But
it looked like the Nets are going to pick him up.
Yeah, the Nets are. And he's a great coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach. He'll come back.
Now, what are you going to do for Way Up with Angela Yee? What's the Donnell segment going to be?
I'm going to do whatever you want to do. I know, I really love you. Like my sister. I've been knowing you for years. I've seen you go from, of course.
Oh, my God. Look at the hate.
How
Listen,
stop
for the opening act to be in here yawning.
No, but it's like, it's certain people that can call you.
You love her, damn it. You said it 10 times.
You got a problem with love, bro?
No, I don't, guy.
You got a problem with love.
Loves him.
You haven't had a hug in a while, huh?
Give him a hug.
No, I'm not doing that. But you said, what am I going to do for you on your show? Whatever you want me to do. I know that both of us have crazy schedules. I would love to be in the studio with you every day, but
I know you can't do that, but we're going to figure something out.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I think some man on the street or something, but yeah, we could do something.
Donnell sent me some videos the other day when he was at my house and I was giving him relationship advice.
Which videos I sent?
I guess it didn't work out well.
It didn't. I mean, look.
Happy old family. Oh, happy old family. Everything is wonderful. Group shots. Everybody matching clothes. Oh, Mr. Perfect.
Look,
we're on vacation in Jamaica.
Doors.
Oh, my God. You are so perfect. I can't stand you, sir. What videos I sent you? Was it bad? It wasn't inappropriate.
No, it was when you did that TV show. And it was you and Austin at my house. And
Project Dad. When you gave me advice, it didn't work out in my favor. But I got a beautiful son out the deal, boy.
Well, that wasn't my fault that it didn't work out.
No. It was probably my fault. And just stay on my phone.
Well, Donnell.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, this is how you have a healthy relationship. Anybody stay out the phones.
So what did they find in the phone?
I don't want to talk about that. They probably found the same thing that probably was found in your phone years ago, too. So think about that. Go get a close-up. Get a close-up. Because I don't want to have a future with you. That's why. I bring it in the past because I have no future.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us.
Nah, man, you can't do this. Listen.
You came late. You know that.
Listen, my sole reason, because I'm doing Booty Talks other show, right?
I was like,
hell of a week, yes.
Yeah, hell of a week. Yeah, I'm on a week when it's a hell of a week. Ain't nothing funny in the news nowhere.
No.
Right? But only reason I came here because I was like, I want to be able to be in a room with her for the final time, last time, whatever is going to be Breakfast Club. I love her. And I just came, and I'm gonna tell you, this is why things are so beautiful. I said to myself, why are you doing a show today? Not really here to promote anything particular.
He did say that to himself.
Yeah, I said that. I was like, why? And I was like, you don't have to just always want to promote something to talk to your friends. And this is what made my day great.
Your friends?
My friends. I consider you a friend, Envy.
Oh,
no, you know that. I mean, we joke, whatever, but you know I mess with you.
Great memes about Envy.
No, we have fun.
Yeah.
And he know when I get a good one. He'll comment like, you really gonna do that? No, I respect you. I respect your hustle. I respect your come up and everything. Yeah. But just what made it so dope for me is when I came in the building, when I saw Anita at the front desk, I screamed, son, like, oh my God, are you kidding? So
I heard Miss Anita laughing from all the way back here.
So when
we were like, Donnell's here.
And I was like this, okay, maybe that's the reason to say hello to her and just to say goodbye to her, whatever that means. It ain't gonna be here forever, but in this space of the Breakfast Club.
Well, we appreciate you.
We got some good memories.
Well, I always say we appreciate you. And me and Donnell started doing morning radio together. For most people, a lot of people that don't know, we started together. We learned radio together. We effed up together. And we made a lot of mistakes together. But that was part of the journey. You know what I mean? This is when Donnell was a struggling comedian.
Yo, so first off, son.
Donnell was already late.
Yo, first off, I wasn't never struggling.
Yeah, he was
the right people hadn't seen me yet, son. Don't say that. You so disrespectful, son. I never struggled.
He was on the come-up comedian. I was on the come-up DJ.
He was at Poke Knockers.
Yeah, killing Poke Knockers.
Down.
Yes. He had Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movie.
No, but I'm just saying, I will say this. In my career, like, I don't ever feel like I was struggling. Because early on, I didn't expect too much. I tell people.
Joking, Donnell.
I know, but I got to correct that.
Oh, okay.
I tell people all the time, when you first started, they say, what would you tell me? I was like, especially in this business, if you could be happy being broke, you'll be okay. Because in this business, 70% of the time, you're not going to make no money. Mm-hmm. It's different now with social media. These kids now, they get money quick. Mm-hmm. Back then, you have to be content with, can I live with the bare minimum, knowing that I'm going to a different place. If you can't, your brain will be cloudy. You won't be able to focus and it won't happen.
I was happy when I was broke coming up.
Most people,
I had a good time.
And you know what, when you hear people, and you know this story, I know a lot of like billionaires. I know a lot of super successful people. And the stories that they always share, it's never ever about where they are now. They always want to remind you it wasn't always like this.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us and say thank you so much.
No, we really do, and I'm looking forward to our next chapter, Donnell.
Pickleball, I'm telling you, I got to play.
He wants to invest in a team because he sees a lot of people. You said Tom Brady.
Every day
he sends me a pickleball article.
Yo, I'm telling you, I could look at this dude's eyes and tell when it's a possibility for him to be involved in an investment. He looked at that and priced it. How much does it take to do that? But pickleball, it's so funny because the sport's been around. It's been around for the longest time. But for some reason, it's becoming real cool right now, and it's hot. LeBron James is invested in a team. Tom Brady has invested in a team. Draymond Greene. Like, everybody laughed at me. And I got to tell you, the way I got introduced to it in my neighborhood in Yellow Springs, it's a very older community. And they a welcoming community. For 3 weeks, they would come every day. It would be an apple pie or something, right? Doorbell would ring. People, black people not used to going to the door. White people can't wait to run to the door. They're like, oh my God, who's out there? Black people's like this. Yo, did you invite somebody? I ain't going out there. So I would go.
Do not ring my bell uninvited.
I would go to the door, and then I'll look around and just be like an apple pie. And then I'll see a white woman with Birkenstocks and yoga pants saying, hello, neighbor. Right? They was giving me gifts every day. So there's another woman came past. Her name is Donna Silver. She said, do you play pickleball? First I told her, I said, you're empty-handed. If you don't have an apple pie, I can't talk to you.
That's what you told her?
Yeah, straight up. I called her the golden girl, right? She was like, do you play pickleball? I said, no. She said, I will whoop your ass in pickleball. This is what she said to me, right? And I was like, what is pickleball? Then I found out what it was. I started practicing, and we started having like a beef on this 70-year-old woman, beef on the block and on social media. It just livened this neighborhood up so much, the sense of community. So we went from us talking trash. I said, let's play a game. And we played a game for charity.
And she beat your ass, Donnell.
She cheated, Ivy. She cheated.
She beat
First of all,
ass in pickleball.
she didn't.
I mean, it was embarrassing.
She didn't beat my ass. What she did was she cheated. The nets was too high.
Goodbye,
she was playing on illegal nets.
How old was this woman?
70.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
all right.
But she played on illegal nets.
And then Donnell wanted me to side with him and bet. No, I couldn't do it. She was so much better than him.
No, she wasn't so much. She didn't mop me up. She barely beat me. She didn't mop me up. And I'm telling you, I practiced on an official net.
You let a 70-year-old woman beat you in pickleball?
Yeah.
She didn't beat me without cheating, son.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Donnell Rawlings.
She cheated, son. You know how tall a net got to be? 34 inches is illegal. She was practicing on a 36-inch court. So if you take those 2 inches away, that
ladies and gentlemen, Donnell Rawlings, we appreciate you for joining us.
Loser.
Yo, I
cannot wait to play Donnell in pickleball because I beat you in ping pong. I beat you in kickball.
I was wearing dress shoes.
Now I will beat you in pickleball.
I was wearing dress shoes. You're supposed to beat me with dress shoes.
Donnell Rawlings, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
There will be a rematch.
You know, a lot of girls be.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right. Well, Diddy has bought cannabis operations in New York and in 2 other states. He spent $185 million doing that. So now he is the creator of the largest minority-owned vertically integrated cannabis company in the world. All right. So he has the ability to grow and manufacture cannabis products, and he's a wholesale distributor of branded products to licensed dispensaries, and he operates retail dispensaries. He has the ability to do all of that. So it's a company that is at the beginning of the commercial weed process all the way to the very end, from growing to selling. So that's going to be in New York, Illinois, and Massachusetts.
Yeah, shout out to includes bonds for Diddy.
Shout out to Diddy.
Forever entrepreneuring.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. All right. Well, that's a huge deal. So congratulations to him. This is Diddy's first investment in the world of cannabis. He said, my mission has always been to create opportunities for Black entrepreneurs in industries where we've traditionally been denied access. And this acquisition provides the immediate scale and impact needed to create a more equitable future in cannabis. All right. Well, there you go. Congrats, Diddy. All right. And congrats to Future. He just bought a mansion in Miami. So per public records, they're saying that his new home is about 9,000 square feet of space with 7 bedrooms and 8.5 bathrooms. And the backyard has the pool, the spa, the summer kitchen, plenty of space if you want to park your yacht or anything like that. So yet another investment for him. He paid $16.3 million for that home in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
All this money talk. $16.3 million.
Okay.
All right, Alyssa Scott is pregnant. She has confirmed that with Nick Cannon's child. Now, Alyssa Scott is the one, they had a child before. They had the son Zen, who unfortunately passed away after brain cancer. But now she is expecting another baby. So congratulations to the two of them as they've posted pictures together for their new baby.
I really don't understand how Nick Cannon got time for work.
How many, what number is this?
17?
12?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Cannon has to spend majority of his time butt naked with that turban on, just a pumping, and a skeeting. Don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's amazing. He doesn't miss. All right. Now let's talk about Usher. He was on Angie Martinez's In a Real Life podcast, and one of the things that he discussed is relationships. You know, he rarely likes to be alone and take time off from that. So he discussed his new life partner and Jennifer and how kind she is, and even his mom likes her.
I was happy to know that you have somebody in your life that is that loved by your by everybody.
And my mama like her and love her too.
Your
Ain't that
mama
crazy?
loves her. That's great.
I said she like her and love her.
Oh, she likes her and love her.
That's hard to accomplish that too. Those two things.
But something had to change in you to be able to even be open to that. So you had to shift something, right?
Sometimes you go through to get to you know what I'm saying? You go through something to get to something in life. Good friend of mine, DJ Rogers, used to say this to me all the time. He's like, yo, there were no humps in life, there'd be nothing to get over. Like, oh man, it's hard. Now I get it.
All right. He also says that he loves love as well. And so he said he's never not single. He said, I'm never single. I love love. I'm just effing bad at it. I'm getting better. Good partnership definitely breeds great things. So congratulations to them on finding each other. All right, now Selena Gomez has a documentary that's actually out today on Apple TV. And she discusses a lot of different things. She gets really candid about the realities of her long-term mental health situation. And in a recent interview, she also talked about being officially diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And she said the situation was so bad, it made her feel like she didn't want to live anymore. She said, I think when I started hitting my early 20s is when it started to get really dark, when I started to feel like I was not in control of what I was feeling, whether that was really great or really bad. It would start with depression, then it would go into isolation. Then it was just me not being able to move from my bed. I didn't want anyone to talk to me. My friends would bring me food because they loved me, but none of us knew what it was. She said sometimes it was weeks I would be in bed to where even walking downstairs would get me out of breath. I thought the world would be better if I wasn't there. She said eventually she checked into 4 different mental institutions and she barely recalls that time in her life. She was heavily medicated and often felt gone from herself. But then she checked into a Massachusetts clinic. She said that was one of the best in the States. And that's when things started looking up. She said her psychiatrist officially diagnosed her as bipolar and then prescribed her only 2 medications that helped manage her condition. She said, he really guided me, but I had to detox essentially from the medications I was on. I had to learn how to remember certain words. I would forget where I was when we were talking. It took a lot of hard work for me to accept that I was bipolar, but also learn how to deal with it because it wasn't going to go away. So you guys can check out her documentary that's on Apple TV starting today that will give further detail on that as well.
Well, I'm glad she figured it out. You know, I respect it all. I respect anyone who realizes something isn't right and goes and does the work to figure it out. So salute to her.
All right, and that is your rumor reports.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, it is a Friday. Let's talk about Brooklyn scammers, why don't you? Okay. Let's talk about some Brooklyn scammers. We need a Brooklyn scammer named Quashawn Burton to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Any first responder will tell you, never try to beat a train. After braking, it can take a mile for a train to completely stop. So when you come to a rail crossing, stop, because trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey?
That donkey. That donkey of the day right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
I mean no harm either, Andy Cohen. Donkey of the day for Thursday, November 4th goes to a New York man named Quashawn Burton. I think he's from Brooklyn. And he was a fugitive of the law. Keyword was because he's been caught. And how he got caught is the reason he is today's donkey of the day. Now, he's been on the run for almost a year. And the reason he's been on the run is because he's a scammer. Okay, I hate to stereotype a whole borough, but it's safe to say that Brooklyn is notorious for scamming. Like when they say Brooklyn keeps on taking it, they meant your social security number, your date and place of birth, your financial account numbers, your driver's license and passport number, credit number. Oh, they will take it all in Brooklyn. And this young man, Quashawn Burton, was just carrying on tradition because he's been on the run since he fled his Brooklyn home last November after being accused of fraudulently obtaining coronavirus relief aid. That's right, Burton was accused of stealing the identities of at least 4 people in order to fraudulently take out government PPP loans. I told y'all when they first introduced PPP that it was going to land a bunch of y'all in PP prison, and you didn't listen. Some of y'all think the coast is clear, but it's not. You on the list, and when they ready, when they ready to get you, they coming. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Some of y'all gonna run like Quashawn Burton did. Now let the record show. Quashawn, he allegedly did it big. Prosecutor said he used an ATM to purchase money orders from a New York City post office to get the cash after the loans were approved. And in total, he allegedly stole about $150,000 in forgivable federal loans. Well, they're forgivable if you actually had a legitimate business and that money went towards that business. But most of y'all set up businesses like This Is Reparations LLC and Niggas Gonna Nig Incorporated. And now you're wondering why y'all keep getting locked up. Okay, in the complaint, prosecutors noted that Burton has clearly demonstrated an ability to mask his true identity to evade law enforcement, and he has demonstrated a willingness to lie about his identity to avoid arrest. And he became a fugitive because when law enforcement officers went to arrest him at his house, he was nowhere to be found and declared a fugitive. Now, all of that can warrant Donkey of the Day, but let's talk about the specifics. Let's talk about how he got Donkey of the Day, and let's talk about why he got caught. See, Quashawn allegedly continued to use fake identities, and one of those fake identities he used to go to the place he got caught at, and that place is Disney World. See, it's not just Super Bowl champions who go to Disney World after they win. Scammers do too. Now that you've won the Scammy Bowl, Quashawn Burton, what are you going to do next? I'm going to Disney World with a fake identity. And that's exactly what happened. See, this man got arrested after being spotted at Disney World because I think we tend to forget the feds have a life outside of the Fed work, okay? All right? They have a life too. And a federal postal inspector, Jeff Andre, was hanging out at the Animal Kingdom. Ooh, the Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is a real trigger for me. My daughter does competitive cheerleading, and that's where their big championship competition is at damn near every year. So I've spent way too much time at the Animal Kingdom and all of Disney World. And Disney World may literally be the most happiest place on earth for kids, but it's the most stressful place on earth for adults. But I digress. Quashawn Burton was spotted by Jeff Andre, and in an incredible case of irony, Jeff Andre was actually the person who signed the criminal complaint against Burton. Jeff recognized him by what has been described as a unique cursive letter H tattoo on his neck. You already know what happened from there. Jeff called them people. Okay, Jeff called for backup. He called the Orange County Sheriff's Office and let them know a fugitive was in the amusement park. Police confirmed Jeff Andre was who he said he was. Then they reviewed a photograph of Burton before they confronted him as he waited at the bus with two of his family members. Now, did Quashawn surrender peacefully? Of course not. He's from Brooklyn, and Brooklyn scammers will scam until they can't no more. He refused to provide ID when a deputy asked him, and he resisted arrest until the deputy took him to the ground. In fact, Quashawn Brunson refused to admit who he really was, even after fingerprints proved his true identity. I know this man is only 31, but he's moving like old Brooklyn. Okay, this is old Brooklyn energy right here. This is before the Starbucks and Whole Food energy, all right? You mean to tell me even after fingerprints, he wouldn't admit who he really was? That's as ridiculous as taking a paternity test, and even after Maury says you are the father, you deny. Even though the child looks like God traced your face and the paternity test says you are indeed that child's pappy, you still deny. Hell, in Brooklyn, kids don't even claim their parents. Okay, a father can take a paternity test in Brooklyn and a child will say, "Word to my dad, that's not my daddy, my boy." Quashawn Brunson was probably one of those kids, and that's why he is currently in custody right now without bail, because of course he's considered an extreme flight risk. Please give Quashawn Brunson the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Have you ever been scammed by somebody from Brooklyn?
Ambi?
That's a good question. We should talk about scams. That's good. Somebody from punk ass South Carolina.
Ambi, you got
a month ago.
You got scammed. Remember you bought those fake jackets?
Fake leather jackets. I don't know if he was from Brooklyn though, but somebody from punk ass South Carolina scammed me a month ago.
First of all, don't you ever disrespect South Carolina like that, okay?
Punk ass South Carolina got me good too. Got me good
that
too.
Same energy next time you're in the 843, the 803, or the 864.
No, I love South Carolina, but somebody got me. Somebody got me. He got me.
Slap the beige off you now.
He got me though. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about scams.
What he got you for?
A car. Wire the money.
How much?
Called him on the phone and everything. I spoke to the guy.
You never told me this story.
I know, because I kept it to myself. You just brought up back memories.
Tell me. I'm glad I triggered you. Tell me the story.
Let's talk scams this morning, all right?
Where was he from? Orangeburg?
It was a small town, but it was only like
Look up the town.
One
Look
car
up the
shop.
town.
It was only one car shop. And I called somebody out there that you knew, and they was like, "There's never no cars like that around here." I said, "What you mean?" I said, "Can you drive by that?" She was like, "Hold on, I got to finish my hair." She went to go check, and that car shop didn't exist.
Drop on the clues bomb for my South
Don't you pull that bomb back.
I'm glad he got over on you. I'm happy for whoever that was. How much was it?
Why? Why would you be happy?
Let's talk scams. 800-585-1051. Have you got scammed before? What's the biggest scam you got for?
I need to hear more about this story.
I'll talk about it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club. Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
A Brooklyn scammer. His name was, what was his name? Let me pull his name up. His name was, I can't remember his name. Quashawn Burton. And Quashawn Burton was arrested at Disney World because he was on the run after getting $150,000 in fraudulent PPP loans.
All right. So we're asking, have you ever got scammed? And the reason it brought back memories because he was like, has anybody from Brooklyn got you? A Brooklyn scammer? No, a South Carolina scammer got me.
Tell me more.
All right, so I was on Instagram and I noticed that a guy had cars on his page that he was selling.
That's your dumb ass. You one of them people that try to turn 700 into 7,000.
His account was verified. He had a lot of followers, so I'm like, oh, this is a guy that sells cars. I said, okay, I'm good. So he had a vehicle that I wanted, a convertible Chevy Chevelle, 1970 convertible. He had a car, and I said, hey, I'm interested in this car. He said, okay, no problem. Gave me his number. I called him. I spoke to him. He said, hey, this is the car, we could make the deal, this, that, and the other. I told him I told him I was interested in the car, but I couldn't make it out to South Carolina. I called my good friend Louis V.
Louis V, my guy.
Who knew somebody that lived in Charleston that she was going to go take a look at the car. She couldn't look at the car because she was doing hair, so she said it's going to be 3-4 hours, but I was like, damn, I don't want to lose this car. The guy even calls the tow company and sets up a pickup for the tow. The tow driver must have been in on it because he's like, yeah, I picked up cars from there before. So I'm like, okay, perfect. This works. I called my assistant, Mercedes. Shout out to Mercedes. And I didn't tell anybody because I was like, you know what? This is going to be my car I'm going to come up on. Shout out to Ronnie. I know Ronnie who gets my cars is listening. I wire him money. I'm not going to tell you how much I wire. But I watch.
Come on, you gotta tell. We can't really feel this story because I don't feel sorry for you at all. Tell me how much first. Tell me.
I'm not. I can't.
Tell me what kind of car was it first of all.
I just told you. I said a 1970 Chevelle convertible.
How much? Just tell me how much it was.
No.
But come on.
We need all the details. We need all the deets.
I wire him a part of the money because he was like
1,000.
No, no.
How much part of it? Was
5,
it 50%?
I wire him some of the money. Right, because the car was
20,000.
Right, it's between what you and Charlamagne said, right?
5 and 20.
Between 5 and 20. So okay. I wire him the money.
12.
And then what happens? Dead. It goes ghost. I can't find him no more. I'm calling him. Now he had this whole thing. He sent me to.
And where was it at? You said in Charleston?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Dropping the clues bombs for Charleston, my birthplace. Don't you holy city. 843. Consider it reparations.
So listen. So then I called the bank back and I'm like, yo, I need that money back. The bank's like, well, no, we know it's a scam, but we can't give you the money back. That's not how it works here in Charleston. I said, you're telling me you know it's a scam, but you're not gonna give me my money back? They said yes.
So question, what did you learn from this?
I'll never buy anything online without going to see it. That's A. And B, I did get the money back because shout out to my bank. My bank actually pulled the money and I got it back. But they took my money for about a good couple of days and I was very hurt about this. Like I was embarrassed. I was hurt. Like it was bad.
First of all, I want to salute all the scammers in South Carolina. I respect y'all because, you should never steal from your own. Always only steal from out-of-towners. And, that guy our girl, I'm sure took that money and put it to a good cause, probably donated it to the International African American Museum that we have opening in Charleston in January.
I'm sure he didn't.
And salute to Louis V and the woman in South Carolina who shall remain anonymous. We got him, y'all.
Yo, shut up. Yo, shut up.
We got him.
Oh my goodness! I never told that story to nobody. I felt so embarrassed.
Man, salute to my South Carolina scammer. Somebody gonna walk up to me one day and say, "Hey, man, I'm the person that got envy."
I'm sure you will. It's not funny, man. Like I almost flew down there. I was like, fly down there for what? Who am I looking for?
I
don't know.
You ain't gonna do nothing when you get down there but cry.
You right.
You ain't gonna do nothing but cry when you get down there.
You right.
At least you got your money back, though, right? It was a good lesson.
It's not funny though. Because I had to fight to get that money back. Well, Mercedes had to fight to get that money back.
You got it back, though. You know, a lot of people wouldn't have, so you did get your money back. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, who's this?
Pain in your voice.
I got Guy. I don't like that feeling. What's your name, Mama?
Keisha from Brooklyn.
Hey, you got
Keisha,
scammed?
You a scammer.
Oh, my God. Did I get scammed? I was like 25-ish, and they were like doing the little card games outside, and everybody's watching. They're like, pick the card. So I came up because I'm like, oh, okay. So I picked the card, and they're like, oh, my God, you got it right. That's a free trial. Try it again.
Oh, so you got with that.
Oh, my God. So I did it again, and they were like cheering. Oh, my gosh. And this lady was like, come, I'm going to follow you to the bank. Girl, they were like, come, let's go to the bank. I'll come with you. Because she's making it seem like she's part of the crowd, too.
Right, but she worked with them.
Can I ask you a question, man?
Handed over that $1,000. They packed that up so fast.
$1,000.
Ran away.
$1,000.
$1,000.
Can I ask you a question, man? What year in the 1900s was this?
No, this probably
been in the
last year.
2000s.
Well, I'm 38, so this is 13 years ago, but it hurt.
I ain't gonna lie though, when I was in Atlanta during the pandemic, they tried to do that, and I was like, I'm from Brooklyn. I already know this game. They tried to I was with Jennifer Williams, and she pulled up. They seen her car and everything, and I already had seen them earlier outside the hotel. I saw they all knew each other, so
Guys,
they tried to approach us like they didn't know each other, like they was playing a game.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's exactly what it was.
I'm not stupid now. I done seen y'all together a few minutes ago. You didn't see me see you.
That's the oldest trick in the book, guys. I just want to let everybody out there know.
Yeah, never again. Never again. I'm a sheltered person. I was a sheltered kid.
Yeah, and it was funny because then I was like, I just tried to ignore them. Like, look, we don't have no cash on us. They was like, we take Zelle. I was like,
we take Zelle.
Yes.
My goodness. Thank you, Mama. And shout out to DJ Cali Cal. DJ Cali Cal got caught one time in South Carolina. Yo, South Carolina got more scammers than Brooklyn.
First of all, that is not true. That is not true.
He was in the bathroom, and they did 3-card money in the bathroom, and he lost $600 and then came out and was like, yo.
That ain't true.
Yes, it is. True story. It said, I can make it back. And he came
ain't nobody
like,
playing no 3-card money in South Carolina.
Yes, it was.
That ain't even the South Carolina thing. Ain't no 3-card money going on in no damn South Carolina.
Yes, it was.
That's all New York, 3-card money.
It was either 3-card money or the thing with the little ball under it, whatever it was.
Ain't nobody doing that in South Carolina.
Yes,
they just gonna put the picture to you and take what they want. Ain't got time for no damn card game.
Yeah, they play them games, man. 800-585-1051. Have you ever been scammed before? Were you traumatized? How do you feel about it after?
Did you deserve it? Because you from New York and you thought you could get a deal over on some South Carolina folk. Let's talk about it.
Shut up. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I know in there, call me.
Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic.
Come on.
800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about being scammed. Now, Charlamagne gave Donkey Day to who?
Quashawn Burton. He's from Brooklyn. He was a fugitive for about a year. He went on the run after taking out $150,000 in forgivable federal loans, the PPP loans, and he got caught at Disney World.
All right, so we're asking, have you ever got scammed before? Now, let me ask you guys, y'all ever got scammed before?
Yeah, I have, but I don't even really remember. Like, I've gotten a scam like the new fashioned way, like you use your card somewhere and somebody gets your information. I believe I got at one of the New York airports, but the biggest scam I ever experienced in my life was when I believed that a guy named TJ in 5th grade was going to actually bring back my Kung Fu Nintendo game. I had a Nintendo game called Kung Fu, and I let him hold it, and I forgot what lie he told me to, let me let him borrow it, but he never bought it back.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I got scammed for a car back in the day too. My this guy, actually the assistant district attorney in Brooklyn called me, but this guy, and he's still out here working, doing contracting work. But he told my brother that he was he had his license to be a car dealer, and he was supposed to get me. This is my first car ever. From an auction. So I gave him the cash to go to the auction, and he had gotten like a couple of other people's cars. I gave him the money, and he never got the car and just bounced. And so that was a lot of money to me back then too. It was like all the money I had. I had just got back from going on tour with Wu-Tang, and I had like a little cash on me. So I was like, I'm about to get a car for the first time. I was excited, and he just stole the money.
Damn. And
what's his name?
Louis V just texted me too, Charlamagne. It was in Orangeburg.
Oh, I said that earlier. I asked you if it was Orangeburg earlier. You talk about no, it was Charleston.
It was Orangeburg.
It was Orangeburg.
It was Orangeburg. And my wife told me don't do it. My wife said, what's wrong with you? Like, if it's a deal, if it's too good to be true, it can't be true. And I still did it, damn it.
Well, if you'd asked me, I'd have told you don't do it, idiot. As soon as you said, when you said you got, what city did I say? I said, was it Orangeburg? Didn't I say that to you? So if you'd have said that to me earlier, like, hey man, somebody trying to sell me a car in Orangeburg, I would have told you don't do it. But salute to my Orangeburg people. That's where South Carolina State University is. That's where I got an honorary degree from. That's my mama's alma mater. Claflin is in Orangeburg. That's my father-in-law's alma mater. I got nothing but love for Orangeburg. And salute to that person who got that 10 grand. Drop on the clues bombs for them.
Hello, who's this?
Samaya from Miami.
Hey, good morning. You got scammed before, mama?
I have. But what I want to know before I say my story is how that happened to you. I take you to be a bit of a smarter man. How you let somebody scam you?
How long have you been listening to The Breakfast Club, man?
You right.
For a while.
You right. You know what?
You think Envy is a smart man?
Envy be saying he got all these businesses and cars and all this stuff, and I'm like, how he get scammed like that? You didn't think to like send somebody to go check before you send all that bread?
You know what it was, and I'll be honest with you, is when something is too good to be true, you want to take it before somebody else gets it. Louis V didn't answer his phone. Then when he finally did answer the phone, the young lady was doing hair. So I was trying, but I didn't want to lose the deal. And then when he put me on the phone with the tow truck driver, I'm like, the tow truck driver can't be included into the scam too. So I'm like, it's all good.
You sit next to somebody who was born and raised in South Carolina his whole life. As soon as you told me this story this morning, I said, was it Orangeburg?
No.
I literally said that.
Charlamagne it was a perfect storm. Charlamagne was on vacation. There was nobody here.
Charlamagne don't got a phone? Charlamagne don't got a phone?
Why am I getting in trouble?
Again,
why are you reprimanding me this morning?
Because it's your fault.
Yeah, why are you shaming the victim?
Notorious victim blamers. That's why.
Right.
Charlamagne ain't got no phone. Charlamagne ain't got no phone. What do you want, ma'am? You got scammed?
It's his fault.
No,
it's his fault.
I did scam, but I wanted to just be like, that's crazy. DJ Envy got scammed. But anyway, listen, my story was a lot like yours. Everything seemed perfect. We was trying to rent a place. We was desperately looking for a place. And then when we finally found one, pictures was up. I drove by the place. The place was there. So it's not like it was fake. The place was there. And the people are testing us. And, they're saying that they're doctors and that they work in Nigeria, all this stuff. Come to find out.
Whoa. That's when the red flag should have went up. As soon as they said Nigeria, red flag should have went up, ma'am.
Working in Nigeria. We're doctors working in Nigeria, okay?
That's all you need to hear.
They were from here, supposedly. We send these people all this bread, $2,500, deposit for all that stuff. Come to find out, after we do all that, we don't hear from them no more. Western Union, all the bread. I didn't even think to okay, we trying to call them, nothing. But one good thing that happened was 2 years later, Western Union gave me all my bread back.
Hey.
And I wasn't even expecting it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I got mine back too.
But I got my money back.
That's good. I'm glad you got your money back.
Yeah, so it was a good time. I was really upset though, because I was out $2,500 that I didn't have, mind you. So,
but you know what? That's a good lesson, because later on in life, you could have ended up spending way more money. And I think the main thing is when you get scammed, you better learn your lesson from it and know in the future what not to do.
No, you're absolutely
right.
Hey,
man. Salute to Nigeria. Okay, how much money has been scammed in the name of Nigeria? Huh?
That's a good question.
That is a great question. I would love to know in America how much money has been scammed in the name of Nigeria and Nigerians. Well, I just want to tell all the scammers out there, this is the moral of the story. That con you running is fake, but that prison time going to be real.
Word. And I'm telling. I just want y'all to know. If I catch you, I'm telling. I'm pointing at you. I'm telling. Oh, yeah, I'm telling. Sorry.
We know.
We got rumors on the way, Yee?
Yes, it's New Music Friday. We talked about a lot of new music already today, so we'll get more into it.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Charlamagne, you got the positive note?
I do, man, and I want to tell everybody while you're home this weekend, make sure you stream my late night talk show, Hell of a Week, on Paramount Plus. A new episode aired last night. You know, it comes on every Thursday night at 11:30, right after the Daily Show. Last night we had a great panel that consisted of Joe Coscarelli from the New York Times. We had Tiffany D. Cross from the Cross Connection on MSNBC, and this man who identifies as a comedian named Donnell Rawlings. Okay, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you check that out on Paramount Plus this weekend. Hell of a Week, hosted by me, Charlamagne the God. Now, the positive note is simply this. If nothing else, and I want you to remember that this weekend, if nothing else, some people just teach you how not to be.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?